Hey everybody, I'm John Everts from California Leasing, and welcome back to my favorite segment, Agents in Community. This is where we highlight real estate agents who are making the community a better place by volunteering, donating, and working with people who need help. And I've never met you before, Lori, but I am super excited to have Lori Granger from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Troth Realtors and Rick and Donna from Royal Family Kids, right? So, Lori, I understand you worked with Royal Family Kids for a few years.
I did. I sat on the board for just about 11 years.
That's amazing. 11 years is a long time to sit on a board at a nonprofit. I know that.
It's my passion.
That's so cool.
Still is.
It makes life better, right?
Yes.
It's like I tell people working with a nonprofit is like the seasoning of life.
Yeah.
It makes all the other parts of your life better. So, Rick, Donna, what is Royal Family Kids? What do you guys do? I'm embarrassed to say it, but I hadn't heard of you before. And when I heard how big you are, I was like, how did I not know? But I'm guessing that means other people may not have heard of your fantastic organization.
Well, Royal Family Kids is a mentoring program for children of abuse, neglect, and abandonment that are in foster care. And we mentor them by taking them to camp, basically free of charge. And it's for kids that are 7 to 11 years old that are in foster care.
Okay,
And,
that's very specific. 7
yes.
to 11 years old in foster care. Okay.
Yes. And we take them to camp, and we just make sure that they have a fun, safe camp where they can relax and just be kids, and show them that the cycle of abuse can stop. And hopefully we can also change the trajectory in their life too,
That is amazing.
so that it doesn't continue on to the next generation.
That is amazing. Literally trying to interrupt a negative cycle.
Yes.
Huh. And is that how you feel too, Donna?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like, what does this mean to you working with these kids?
It's been, well, we've been doing it for over 20 years.
Wow.
And I don't know, there's just something about those children, that goes deep in your heart. And you can't stop because you've got to give them that opportunity to be free, to be just children again, and not worry, have things that they need to worry about, like food or a place to sleep. We give them all that stuff and just let them be up at a camp where there's pine trees, where there's a swimming pool.
Yeah.
They love swimming, and giving them opportunities to do things that they've never done before. Woodworking and hammering with a nail. We need men there to help guide them,
Yeah.
so that they can build things, and then they go and paint them. And it's just fantastic to watch changes.
I didn't grow up in an abusive home,
Right.
but I can only imagine if you are a kid in an abusive home, how shocking it must be to be able to go to a camp like this and just be able to maybe sleep easily at night for a night. How long is the camp, like, if they get to go to this?
It's a 1-week camp.
Okay.
The volunteers show up on Sunday and set up and get prepared for the kids. And then all the kids come up on Monday, and then everybody goes home on Friday.
And does it happen more than once a year? Is it once a year?
We do it just one time a year.
Okay, one time a year.
Yeah.
And is it like summer?
It is. It's
Okay.
right at the end of school. So
Okay.
it's like the next couple of weeks after school gets out.
And then where is the camp?
I
And you don't
can't-
have to say exactly, but like ballpark, it's in California, right?
It's we use a camp facility in Fraser Park, and
Okay.
that's all I can say.
Okay, so because I didn't think of this question, but we talked a little bit before we started filming, and I didn't think of this question until you guys started talking. How would someone go? How do you identify the kids? If someone knows someone who's in foster care and they think this would be ideal for them, is there a way for them to connect with you guys, or how does that work?
Well, we have a child placement coordinator, and it's their job to go to the foster care agencies, DCFS, Walden Family Services, Penny Lane, all those, they're called FFAs.
Okay.
And get the kids from them. And then we've also gone to like our local domestic violence shelter
Okay.
and gotten kids. They may not have been abused, but they've seen it, so that makes them a victim.
Yeah, there's trauma.
And then
there.
we've gone to places like the Children's Center or Children's Bureau, where they're doing some work with the families so that DCFS doesn't get involved with them. So we've gotten kids from those places also.
So
And-
is filling your camps not an issue? Like, or is sometimes the camp not full?
It depends. Last year we were pretty light, but when we were at our other camp facility, like Lori explained to you early on before the interview started, that we took 84 kids to camp one year.
Yeah.
And that was just an awful lot of kids.
Yeah, that's a lot of kids.
And from an Antelope Valley standpoint, that's not even meeting the need
Right.
for the Antelope Valley, because there's so many kids in foster care out there. And so we can take, at the facility that we're at, we can take about 24
Okay.
children.
So I know that one of the needs we always find out about with nonprofits is that they need resources, right? Which means money. So there's going to be a link either on your screen or underneath the video on a way to donate money. If that's the way that you support nonprofits, please do that. Aside from as much money as we can possibly get for you guys, what other ways can people support you?
They can volunteer
Okay,
and
that's
help
huge.
if they want.
That's huge.
And
So is there like a website where they can go and they apply, and is there a vetting, or how does that work?
Yes, our website, which is lancasterrfk.org, has a link to our volunteer application,
Awesome.
and you just fill out that application. There's a $25 administrative fee, and then they'll be contacted for an interview, and then they have to get live scanned.
Okay, perfect.
Every volunteer is background checked and live scanned, and then they'll go through training, 12 hours of training. And
Awesome.
all of this is mandated by the state of California and by For the Children, which is our parent organization. And
Okay.
and then we take them to camp, and they're ready to go.
Awesome. And then if someone volunteers and they go through that process, that's a pretty intense process, right? I mean, if you don't know what live scanning is, you got to go get fingerprinted, and they're running a detailed background check on you. And then 12 hours of training, that's pretty intense. If someone goes through that, can they then go back to, later camps and volunteer over and over? Or do you do that every year? How does that work?
For returning volunteers, they still have to fill out a new application every year.
Okay.
They may or may not need to be interviewed, depends on if we see them, if we
Okay.
can see their life.
Right.
And
Or if you see them throughout the
right.
year. Okay.
then we may not need to interview them, but they have to be trained every year.
Awesome.
And
I love that.
And new volunteers have 12 hours of training. Returning volunteers have 8.
Okay. Awesome.
So
It is a commitment.
it
But
is.
I kind of like that
Right.
it's a commitment, because if they're willing to go through that, they're going to be willing to go to the camp and really
Yeah.
pour themselves into it.
Well, I've gone to training 25 times.
That's
It
so
doesn't matter.
awesome.
It
I
doesn't.
love it.
Yeah.
And
I
the
love
saying goes, once you drink the purple punch,
There you go.
you crave it, because you definitely get to see the opportunity of what this camp does for each of those children.
I mean, I feel good inside just talking to you guys, and I didn't donate or volunteer or anything. But just
Well, you
knowing,
can.
yeah, I know I can, and I'm gonna check it out. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You go up there, you pour yourself into that. I can only imagine that you probably get back much more than you feel like you put in. Right? It makes your life rich. Like these are the things that make life amazing. So cool.
And what's really interesting is that sometimes the volunteers may have had abuse in their background,
Okay.
and maybe have not healed over the years, but they go to this camp, and the camp does something to them too, and changes them. So that, we always thought it was about the kids, but it's about the adults too, changing
Absolutely.
hearts of adults.
It's about everybody involved.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
another thing about this camp is that we have sat on the boards long enough to see these children that attended the camp now come back as volunteers. Because the camp meant so much to them, they want to help change somebody else's life.
I mean, when you get to that
Yes.
point
We've
in your
witnessed it,
organization,
and, oh yeah.
that is you're really starting to build some good momentum. And yeah, what a cool story.
Yeah.
What a cool story.
And that's really the only way we can gauge our success.
Yeah.
We won't know, I say this all the time, that we will never know this side of heaven the impact we've had on the lives of these children.
Absolutely. But I guarantee you it's gone far.
Right.
Right? Just because not everybody can see the effect in their own lives or report it back to you, that doesn't mean this isn't far-reaching implications of the work that you guys are doing. That is so
Exactly.
cool. Man, what a fantastic organization. I'm telling you, this is my favorite segment, and this is why I get to find out about all these amazing organizations. We want to shine a spotlight on what you guys do. We want to shine a spotlight on real estate agents that are literally making the community we live in a better place to live. I mean, that's super powerful, right? Thank you guys. Thank you for the amazing work that you're doing, for the lives that are being changed by what you do. Don't take that for granted. I know a lot of times that people who work in nonprofits, they don't want to take the credit. They don't want the spotlight shown on them because that's not why they're doing it. They want to give the credit to somebody else. They want to give the credit to God, and that's all good. That's what makes people like you amazing. But I do want you to take some credit for yourself, and when it feels good, let it feel good, right? It's amazing. It's an amazing part of life. Thank
And
you.
we say
Thank you
that,
for
sorry,
what
we
you guys
say
do.
that about the volunteers as
Totally.
well. It's boots on the ground, teamwork,
Yep.
yeah.
So take some of that for yourselves.
Yeah. Can I tell a story?
I would love for you to tell a story.
Okay. Years ago, we had a foster mom that had 3 foster daughters. And she applied for the kids to come to camp. And you were there.
Oh, yes.
And one of the girls was moved to another home. And she was replaced by another foster daughter. But the applications had already been submitted. It was
Oh.
beyond the deadline, so the mom couldn't apply. Well, on pickup day, the day they go to camp, she shows up with all 3 girls because she has to bring the 3rd girl with her, because who's
Yeah.
going to watch her? Well, we found out that this girl,
Wasn't the one on the
isn't going to
application.
go to camp. So we gave the mom an application, and she sat on the curb at the church filling out the application, and we said, have your social worker bring her luggage to camp this afternoon. So the 3rd girl got on the bus and went to camp with her 2 foster sisters.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Brand new foster sisters.
Yeah. And then we had a boy that wasn't going to go to camp. So we had an opening for a boy, and we had a boy on a waiting list. So we called that social worker, bring him up to camp. She brings him up to camp. The first person that he sees that is familiar to him is his biological sister,
Which
Give
is
me
the
every
one
time.
that was
which
added
is
on at the last
the
second.
add-on.
Both of them.
And
both
they
of
had no
them.
idea.
They drove different buses up there, a boy bus, a girl bus, and when they got off the bus
Yeah.
and saw each other, they
Yeah.
ran to each
What
other.
the heck?
And they
Yes.
were at
Yeah.
2 different foster homes,
Yeah.
2 different foster care agencies, and neither of them were planning on going to
Yeah.
camp. But they were brought together because of camp.
Wow.
And it's times like that we know we're doing the right thing. And now
Like,
Yeah.
choking
it's
up.
all worth it.
So, but it
Yeah.
is to
Wow.
see that happen. You know,
We gave them the entire week
Yeah.
to just,
Yeah, they got to be with each
Reconnect
other.
again.
yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
and then when they leave, we don't know what happens.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was incredible.
Incredible.
That is incredible. That's an incredible story. It is difficult when you work in nonprofits that sometimes, you know, kids especially that you've been working with, they have to go somewhere else and then you can't stay connected to them logistically. It just
Yes.
doesn't, it's impossible. And that's a very difficult part of it. I think that's why sometimes people don't get involved. It's tough. It's tough. We talked about this. You can't just walk around with the heaviness of every nonprofit that's working with abused children or, you know, children who are sick or whatever. Those are heavy things, but man, somebody's got to be out there every day working with these guys. You know? Thanks for what you guys do.
Well,
It
we love
really
doing
makes the world a better place. It literally makes the world a better place. So, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing them in here, Lori.
You're welcome.
Yeah, super
Thank you
cool.
for the opportunity.
I hope
Thank
you have a
you.
wildly successful camp this summer. I hope this video
Yes.
gets some traction, gets some money coming in, maybe get some volunteers coming in, maybe some kids that wouldn't have been. Somebody sees this and there's a connection, right? We got to get the word out. We got to get the word out.
That's right.
So if you see this video and you like it, share it. Let's get this in front of some
Yeah.
more people. There was one more need. I don't know if you want to bring it up or not.
Okay.
You
I
want-
would love to see a Royal Family Kids chapter here in the Santa Clarita Valley. We've been trying for years, and I know they have a need also.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. So if you're watching and you're connected with the church in Santa Clarita and you think this would be a good fit, get a hold of Rick.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
I'll connect you with the right people.
Yeah. I was just. Do we have time for a story, Michael?
Sure.
Real quick. I was reading this book, and in the book they were talking about how luck isn't actually luck. The people who seem like they're always getting lucky are because they're getting themselves out there and they're meeting people and they're putting themselves in situations where lucky things can happen. It's really tough for lucky things to happen if you just sit on your couch and don't talk to anybody. Like nothing lucky is going to happen to you there. But when you get out and you talk and you make the ask, like you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it doesn't happen, but maybe it does. And if it does, it's because you put yourself in a position for that to happen, right? So that was a good ask.
True.
Yeah.
That was a good ask.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this segment. I hope you feel something like I feel something right now. And if you do, act on it. Don't let that feeling just putter away. Do something about it. Go out there and make the world a little bit better place for your part. And we will see you next time on Agents in Community.